truly Trevor.
Yeah.
I know I said we were gonna make a new introduction, but I did make one yesterday. But I was very, very, very drunk yesterday, and probably it's not a good idea to
It's
put it
not.
out there.
Don't. No. It's
Yeah,
not.
I just let him hear it, and it was dreadful. And I'm like, yeah, this is not a good idea.
No, it's not. You will literally lose all your support if you hear it. We're not doing it.
It was really bad, and you probably would laugh at me too. So
No, we're going to laugh very hard.
First things first. Congratulations to the Washington Nationals for winning their first World Series championship in franchise history.
And I got the right to make fun of Bryce Harper forever.
At least Bryce Harper got his $400 million, though. At least he has Joe Girardi as his new coach. Let's see how long that lasts. You know, that's great. 13 years, man. Yeah, man.
They won a ring without him.
They were. Yeah, I'll be mad too. I would be really upset if that was Bryce Harper. But
I'm not. I'm laughing now. It makes me happy.
Bryce Harper. Maybe you should have. And what I think is worse, they offered him more money to stay.
They did.
And they offer you more money to stay.
They almost signed their death warrant. It's either Bryce Harper is the real MVP. Let's go Phillies.
I guess so. And also, NBA fans, Steph Curry has broken his hand and will be out for the next 3 months. You know what's crazy? And on Facebook yesterday, I remember like 2014, 2015, when there was no Warriors fans and nowhere in New York City, and that was a whole bunch of them, except for Juan. Juan was a Warriors fan before it was cool.
I was a Warriors fan before he even killed in freaking Madison Square Garden when he dropped 54 and lost.
Yeah,
when he's by himself.
Besides Juan, he was the only Warriors fan I actually knew who was there before it was cool.
Yeah, the origins of that is I was a big Ray Allen fan since I was a kid. So I saw a little 6'3" skinny guy who was getting his ankles destroyed all the time because he had fucking paper mache ankles when he first started playing. Yeah. But he was was on track to break all of Ray Allen's records. So I'm like, since Ray Allen's going to retire at some point, I think he just went to Miami, if I'm not mistaken, at the time that I saw Steph Curry. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I like this kid. I'm going to follow this kid. And who knew he was going to be a 2-time MVP, 3-time champion later on? I know how to pick him.
Yeah, that's true. And then also after that, in New York City, there was no Warriors fan. There's people in New York City who didn't know where they played at. They're like, oh, they play in Golden State. Golden State is the name of the team. It's the nickname for the California. They play in Oakland. Well, they did play in Oakland. Now they play in San Francisco.
So they're probably regretting it.
They probably are regretting it now. Miss me that bullshit now. They talk about, I remember when everyone was a Golden State Warriors fan. Now, cricket. You
the 5 minutes that they were Warriors fans.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Because they weren't fans when KD got there.
Yeah, we're not going to bash them out any longer than that. Yesterday was a game. There was a game on Thursday Night Football on Halloween. It was actually a good one for one of the very few games. The Arizona Cardinals did not protect home field advantage, as the undefeated San Francisco 49ers remain undefeated. They beat the Cardinals 28-25. But
very unimpressive victory.
Very, very unimpressive victory. Even though I know the NFC West, these teams play each other hard. Like, no matter what he plays, it's always a tough game between them. But come on, it's the Cardinals. Y'all, this 49ers defense was falling for air raid. Really? That's what we're doing now? Falling for air raid? Jimmy G had 4 touchdown passes in his game. It was spectacular. But I wasn't impressed, honestly. I wasn't.
He was doing it against almost the worst pass defense in the NFL. Yeah. Lucky for Arizona, there are 2 teams who are basically tanking, so they're worse. But they're very bad. And if you watch that game, Patrick Peterson might as well have not been there. His stock would have risen if he didn't play in that game. Because Jesus Christ, he was burnt toast yesterday.
He was bad.
It wasn't even from just Emmanuel. It was Emmanuel. It was Dante Pettis. It was like, yo, what the fudge? And Buda Baker looked pretty good, but when he was matched up with George Kittle, that wasn't a fun matchup for him at all. It was like his son getting destroyed by his father in the football field. The size difference. You seen that size difference between Buda Baker and George Kittle? Lord have mercy. He was making good plays, though, just not when it came to George Kittle.
Drake killed the 49ers.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was really killing them. I'm like, yo, shit. Like, and that's why I'm saying, yo, the 49ers, they're good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Their defense is good. They're a good team. I mean, come on. But definitely Arizona exposed them. It was really bad.
I won't go as far as say they exposed them.
Not exposed them like that, but I'm saying that, yo, I know that the NFC West plays them hard and everything, but because on Instagram they were saying that that they're the boogeyman defense, and I'm like, wait, what? First of all, how you gonna steal someone else's name? Really? Didn't the Patriots have like 3 weeks before they even started saying that? I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't see the 49ers breaking records or anything.
I don't see them either.
Yeah, but whatever.
I don't remember the Patriots giving up more than 20 points this season yet.
Yeah, I don't remember the Patriots giving up 162 total yards as one person.
True, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Kenyon Drake was destroying them. But this Arizona defense is really, really putrid, though.
Yeah.
Like, really putrid. Really putrid. When the 49ers have 34 minutes of total time of possession, when they have 480 yards of total offense, 21 first downs, and ran 73 plays. Yeah. That's not good defense at all.
Not good defense at all.
They did not do Kyler Murray any justice at all. Even though Kyler Murray had two of the most horrendous throws that should have been picked off, but for some reason wasn't, I've ever seen. Like, he almost threw a pick six in the beginning of the game. It was hilarious, though. It was so funny that I almost threw up how bad the throw was. He threw it straight to the defender. If I remember the name, I wish I did. He threw it straight to the defender, and he somehow dropped the ball.
Had the Cardinals had at least a slight, these are decent defense, they would win this game.
They probably
would win this game. I think that had they stopped them on that third down, and like 2 minutes left in the game, had they stopped them on that third down, I think they could have scored and got win the game.
Yeah.
Or at least tied it, send it to overtime. One of the two. For the most part, yeah. In other news, Juan Alexander's actually got hurt towards pec.
I understand this is supposed to be our regular thing, but we do WWE, and apparently, Lesnar said he's going to leave SmackDown, he's going to Raw now. So I think they just switched championships. Why do they have a red belt in SmackDown? What the hell is WWE doing?
We'll get to that in a second.
And apparently he has beef with Rey Mysterio. Why does he have beef with Rey Mysterio?
Yo, after the match yesterday with him and this guy
and Cain
Velasquez, Rey Mysterio came out with a chair. I'm like, yo, Rey Mysterio, you're like 60 years old. You're mad.
You're 60-year-old and 3'11". Like, what are you gonna do?
Like, man, literally, like, what are you doing, man? I love you, Rey Mysterio. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is bad. All right, let me get back on topic.
I just popped up, so I wanted to discuss that.
Yeah, 49ers linebacker Juan Alexander's out for the season for a torn pec.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which sucks, actually. It does.
That's a pretty good coverage linebacker. That sucks.
We'll see how they rebound from that because they have the Seahawks in 10 days. So yeah, their schedule gets much harder. Do I think they're going undefeated? Absolutely not. But if they can win 6 of those next 8 games, they'll be in good shape. I don't see it happening.
I mean, that'd be 14-2. That'd be nice.
Nice, but I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. But it's the 49ers. They're good. I'm just gonna hold off some real quick because there is some question marks there.
I think they're a top 2 team in the NFC. That's no question to me. They're just beatable.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, so let's run through these games real quick because we have a little special treat on the end of the show.
Oh, yeah, before we go to the games, Josh Gordon was cleared on waivers to the Seattle Seahawks after being put on waivers this morning. So, yeah. So, Seattle has another receiver. But he won't play this weekend, though. At least
if he's anything from what we saw in New England, I don't really care. He's lost a step, obviously, so I don't really give a rat's ass, to be 100% honest. Yeah.
Hey, whatever. I just wanted to put that out there because it's news. So, anyway, let's get these damn games, please.
Yeah, let's get this going. Texans at Jaguars, I believe. Is that London?
It is in London. Yes, it is. Texans and Jaguars in London. The Texans are favored by 2 points. It's not a bad spread. 2 points is not a bad spread. I'm gonna go with the Texans. Overall, the Texans are a better team overall. So obviously you'll cover the spread. It should be like a 7. They'll win by 7 points.
Yeah, I
7
agree.
points, like 7 points to win. Even though J.J. Watt hurt and everything, I think they'll be fine. But I think Leonard Fournette will have a pretty decent game in this game. I mean, especially being away, a neutral field. So still picking the Texans to win this game, but they'll definitely cover.
Me too. And DeAndre Hopkins might actually show up this time. There's no Jalen Ramsey, so
yeah,
see how that goes.
So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Next game, Bears at Eagles.
Bears and Eagles. Okay. The Eagles are favored by 5 points, which is
simple.
Simple because Mitchell Trubisky really sucks. And It's because I'm believe it or not on YouTube. I'm subscribed to like all 32 teams on YouTube. The sports talk over there, and in the NBC Sports in Chicago, they officially given up on him. Like they officially given up on him and said, "Listen, man, this is not working." They said that Matt Nagy really did him a disservice last week with the situation with Eddie Pinheiro with the field goal kick. How you to tell you how I never seen that before in my life. How you take a knee before you let him kick the field goal? Like take the knee for what? Get the extra yards. I don't understand why. This should be an easy pick. I'm gonna go with the Eagles because
they're covering.
Coverage, yeah, Eagles will cover by 5 points.
These dudes can't score, and the Eagles has good run D. So that means that Montgomery and them are not going to run very well. Therefore, they have to rely on their quarterback, which they don't have. So I would not be surprised if the Eagles put up a 25-30 piece on them.
Mike Nagy does have no confidence. You can tell he has no confidence in his offense. None,
because
not at all.
There's nothing to be confident about. They suck.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah, easy.
Right. Easy, yeah.
Next game, Colts at Steelers.
Ooh, the Colts are favored by 1 point. 1 point.
I actually picked Steelers to win this game.
I did too.
I think Colts are due for one of these losses again. I'm going with Pittsburgh to win this game. I think the rush will get to Jacoby. Jacoby's also due for a human quarterback game.
And T.Y. Hilton is not playing. He's hurt, so he's not playing in this game either.
So it is even easier for me. I actually didn't know that. So it's easier for me to play. Yeah. So do not take the Colts by 1 point. Steelers, to me, again, the Steelers will win this game. So pick Steelers in this red.
Yes, please.
There is no James Conner, if I'm not mistaken, though. So that'd be interesting. But Jalen Sanders isn't that bad.
No, he's out. Shoulder injury. He's out.
Yeah.
So, go with the Steelers.
I'm going with Pittsburgh at home. Close game, though. But I got picked.
Yeah.
Next game. Oh, I'm going to skip this one. It's a special one. I'm going to go Redskins at Bills. An angry, pissed off Bills team that Dwayne Haskins will be starting.
The Bills are favored by 10 points.
Do we take that?
I would take the Redskins for the points. I don't think the Bills are going to cover this. I don't believe the Bills will win this game, but they're not going to cover the spread. I think 10 points is way too high. It's way too high for me.
I wouldn't be surprised to win by like 8.
Yeah.
Some bull like that.
Yeah, I think 8 points. 10. I think 10 points is way too high. And even though, wait, you said Dwayne Haskins is starting in this game?
Yeah, he's starting.
Well,
that's why I'm maybe they will cover it. He looks like a turnover machine. He kind of looks like a Jameis, except without the upside.
Yeah, true. But I mean, this Redskins defense is bad.
That's why
terrible.
I think
Josh Allen should be able to like carve them up. But then again,
I feel you.
Then you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to, if he had a decent receivers, then he could. They would carve this thing apart.
And they do like to underperform.
Yeah, they do.
You know what? I'm gonna risk it and say the Bills will cover it with 10.
The Bills will win the game, but they're not gonna cover.
But that's more towards Dwayne Haskins than it is the Bills, though.
Me personally, I would not have the Bills cover at all. I would not do it. They're gonna win the game, obviously, but the Redskins should.
If the Bills are smart, they will run Devin Singletary and Frank Gore run all over the Redskins and just let Josh Allen do a little couple design runs and throw if he has to. Just play straight ball control and keep the ball out of the Redskins offense because when that happens, the offense will turn over the ball back to you.
Yes.
That's what's going to happen because they're going to be too panicked to try to do anything methodical. So if they're smart, they'll just run down the Redskins' throats all game and let this game end quick.
And because honestly, last week, getting embarrassed at home last week to the Eagles last week, they don't want to have that thing again. Lose to the Redskins too. They suck. Like don't do it to yourselves.
Yeah,
but if you have money, I would not put the money on.
This is a risky. If you want, I feel like if you want a bigger payday though, this might be a game you take the Bills though. If you want to risk it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's tough.
It is tough. I understand. Yeah, but next one.
Next, Titans at Panthers. This is a really tough game to pick.
The Panthers are favored by 4 points. The Panthers came off a really bad loss last week to the 49ers. They're at home. Ryan Tannehill is obviously the starter. This is a toss-up game. Honestly, I don't know.
I pick Panthers. They're at home. Their defense should be able to really smack up Tannehill. They're good enough to put a hold on Derrick Henry's run game. And I think McCaffrey will have a McCaffrey game, which will be, the reason why they'll take over and beat the Tennessee Titans. What's the spread again?
Panthers up by 4. Favored by 4.
I'll take that. I'll take it. They win by like a touchdown. I take that.
The Panthers win this game, they'll be 3 points.
So they won't cover.
No, they will not cover. The Panthers will win this game, but they will not cover, in my opinion. But they still it go either way. But honestly speaking, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers to win the game. So what's next game, buddy?
Vikings at Chiefs, and the Vikings are favored by what? Because I'm assuming they're favored.
It's even.
What?
It's even. It's
Yo,
even.
These
Yeah.
motherfuckers. So is it even possible to win money?
You just pick the winner.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's how that works.
The Vikings are going to win this game. So I don't understand why they're not favored. There's no Mahomes. If Mahomes comes back, I still don't even know. Because first of all, he just came back. If he comes back now, he's not 100%.
No.
And they don't have their home voodoo anymore. So they're 100% beatable. Plus, the Vikings are red hot right now.
They are.
And it's 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins, not prime time Kirk Cousins.
And honestly, Dalvin Cook will
obliterate them.
Yeah. And then
Stephon Diggs will obliterate them.
I don't understand why they didn't put a spread here. I'm picking the Vikings to win anyway because
I'm picking the Vikings to win by at least 2 touchdowns.
If Patrick Mahomes was there, then I would it's gonna be a high scoring game, shootout, obviously. But Vikings win this game. I mean, Matt Moore had a great game last week, but you really expect Matt Moore?
Mike Zimmer's gonna get him. Get the
do you expect Matt Moore to really do that consistently?
No, come on.
No, they play in a very underwhelming AFC West this year. A division they should have run away with, but watch out for the Raiders. That's it because
that's a joke. You just made me laugh. Anyway. Our next game, Buccaneers at Seahawks.
Let me pull it up again because this thing keeps refreshing itself. Buccaneers at Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 6, which is pretty decent.
No, I don't think they're covering that. I think Seahawks do win the game, though. I wouldn't be surprised if Bucs pull this game out, though. Jameis is due for one of his beautiful... maybe he does have a chance to be a great quarterback type game. He's due for that. He hasn't had that in a couple of weeks.
I mean...
No, he had a couple of those earlier, like last month.
I mean,
in the beginning of last month.
Do you know how fucking frustrating it must be to bro, to be a Buccaneers fan, listen, fresh off of 5 touchdown.
My brother was completely stressed every day.
5 touchdowns, this man just kills. He's so good, and next thing you know, next week he has a fucking 8 turnover machine. What?
That's the problem. Seahawks defense is very opportunistic. So this is a game for him to do another 6 turnovers. It will be then, but they're also soft. So I'm saying wouldn't be surprised if Jameis Winston has one of his I am a top 15, top 10 quarterback type game and wins this game. I will not be surprised. He did it against the Rams. He could do it against them too. But I'm still picking Seattle, but it's very close, and they are not going to cover the spread. You said 6, right?
Yes,
they're not covering the spread.
6 is too high. 6 is too high. But I think the Bucs may upset them.
It's possible.
I think the Bucs may upset them.
It's possible.
For everything you mentioned, and like I said, Russell Wilson is literally the MVP of the league right now, and so I don't know. I just
already thought it. I just thought of it now. Now that you say Russell Wilson, this is exactly what's going to happen on offense. You know how Pete Carroll likes to play old school? He can't let go of Marshawn Lynch, apparently. He likes to run the ball out. The Buccaneers are a top rush defensive team.
So Carson.
He's going to get locked up. And I feel like Pete Carroll's going to stubbornly try to continue to run the football and not give Russell Wilson enough touches. So it may be to a point where they'll lose because of the coach.
I'm going to have 20 to 18 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah, 2018 Tampa Bay. I think they'll win this game. Outright. But Juan picked Seattle. I'm going with Tampa Bay outright. So
my gut's telling me Tampa Bay. Now that I said all that, but I'm still going to go safe. Next game, Lions at Raiders. This is tough.
The Raiders are favored by 2 points.
And I feel like they should be.
This is a very tough game, yeah.
I picked the Lions originally for my friend's gambling thing, but I'm really having a toss-up here. This is the first home game that the Raiders had in a while. They've been traveling the world all October.
Literally.
Yeah, all October, and they're finally home. Remember week 1 when they should have? They didn't obliterate Denver, but it felt like they did.
Yeah.
This might happen. The Lions' defense has been trash all month long, and them having home field advantage for this game might be enough to rattle the Lions' offense a bit. And Derek Carr has been on fire. And plus, Josh Jacobs is actually very good. So it is very possible that Oakland takes this and covers the spread with 10 points even. I'm going to go with Lions, however, because that's what I chose. I'm still picking the better quarterback, and I'm going to pick just because my head says so. Even though I just explained why the Raiders are probably going to win the game, I'm still going to go against it. I'm going to pick the Lions. Very tough. Remember, the Raiders' defense is complete dumpster fire. Still, that has not changed. So, Matthew Stafford should obliterate with Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones. And watch out for my boy, even though he's been missing for a little while, my boy T.J. Hawkinson, if he's still healthy. I know he's been hurt for a little while.
He played last week.
Yeah, right, he did, right? They haven't given him the ball. They better start giving my boy the ball. But anyway, yeah, that I'm going with Lions, even though my whole body tells me you're crazy and you should pick the Raiders.
I'm going to go with the Raiders only because they should be able to run the ball very well.
They should.
They should be, because I think Snack's still hurt. He's still hurt. I think Josh Jacobs should have a big game here. And the Lions secondary is, when they want to, is okay, but not really that good. But I'm going to go with the...
Yeah, they didn't have Darius Slay last week.
I'm going to go with the Raiders to win the game. The Raiders are favored by 2. They should win by 3. It'll be a close game. The difference is we know that Matthew Stafford may throw for 300, 400 yards on this secondary because...
Shayna Baszler just beat up on Bailey.
What? We really have like breaking wrestling news on a football show.
I think they're starting to set up the Survivor Series. That's why.
Makes sense.
Storyline. That's what it is.
It makes sense. Hey,
because he's still champion.
SmackDown may actually be good. I'm gonna have to watch it. We watch it when I get home. So, I'm going with the Raiders.
Next game, Browns at Broncos. Browns will easily cover whatever the hell spread is. It should be a blowout. It should be a blowout.
The Browns are favored by 4.
They're gonna win by at least 2-3 touchdowns. They're gonna beat the hell out of the Broncos. I don't even know who the hell the quarterback is, bro, for the Broncos.
Yeah, Drew. I think Drew Lock's not hurt. He's hurt. So
yeah, I know he's hurt. It's whoever is.
Yeah, the Browns are gonna win this game. The Browns win this game. And I swear to God, if the Browns find a way to lose the game,
that coach better get fired. He should already been fired.
You gotta fire him. You gotta fire him because it's not working. It's not working.
I feel like if they don't win by at least 10 points, then he should get fired. Either way, this is an easy gimme pickup game. Easy.
But if Joe Flacco was playing this game, I would probably think differently.
That's what I said. If Joe Flacco was healthy and playing, I would have picked the Broncos by like a point.
But but the Broncos defense has been in games, except for that one game in Kansas State. They've been in games all year. But come on, man. I don't even know who the fuck the quarterback is.
That's what I'm saying.
Or his name. Nah. But yeah, who is the quarterback for the Broncos? I'm gonna look it up right now. I really don't know.
Nah, they gotta lose, bro. Myles Garrett, that Cleveland Browns defense alone should be like if for fantasy, I forgot I posted fantasy every game. Oh well. For this game, if you better get Cleveland's defense for this game.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Get Cleveland's defense. They're going to obliterate the Broncos. So get ready for that. Myles Garrett is, I think I called him leading the league in sacks too. This game might solidify that. He might get like 5. It's very possible. Especially he's going to line up against that bum left tackle, Garrett Bowles, probably the worst left tackle in the league. He's lining up against that. He's going to be sacking the hell out of this little quarterback, bro. I'm telling you right now. This is going to be the blowout of the week.
Brandon Allen is a QB from Arkansas, 27 years old from Arkansas, has never thrown an NFL pass ever.
How long has he been in the league?
I believe this is his 4th year.
He's pretty old.
Yeah, 27 years old. From Arkansas.
He's pretty old.
He's the 47th quarterback to start a game this season.
He sucks. He's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah,
I'm a little too enthusiastic about this. I don't know why.
But at the same time, Baker Mayfield may turn the ball over. Like,
so.
Listen, they may be listen, if you can be optimistic or like opportunist on taking advantage of the turnovers from the Browns. Because I'm saying right now, Baker Mayfield will turn the football over. This is going to happen. I'm telling you right now, he will.
That's fine.
Turn the football over.
My argument is, so what?
And he literally turned the foot. You know the crazy stat? A crazy stat than that. Baker Mayfield has thrown an interception in every single game of his career in the NFL. That's fucking mind blowing. Like what?
That's true.
Yeah. He started. The game he started, he's on an interception every game he's started in.
I feel like stopping his podcast right now and checking that out.
They was talking about it on the Cleveland sports thing. They were saying, Freddie Kitchen needs to go. Like, I'm serious. I swear to God, you can do love if you want to. He's literally.
Well, what I was gonna say is he can do that all he wants, but unless the defense is going to score on every single turnover, who cares? They're not going to move the ball.
On Tuesday, if the Broncos end up winning this game, I'm gonna say.
We're gonna destroy Cleveland right here online.
That'll be the first thing. It's like, you guys suck, and if Freddie Kitchens is not fired, then this is ridiculous.
If Cleveland loses this game, you will be getting a rant in the beginning of Tuesday's show.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, 3 games left. 4 games. I'm sorry. Packers at Chargers. Should be another beating. Should be.
Don't be surprised if it's a whole bunch of Green Bay fans in
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen. Yo, man, the Chargers in LA has been an absolute disaster.
It's almost the same thing with the Rams too. Rams don't have no home fans either.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, and this is what I understand, man. I get why the NFL wanted to go back to LA for whatever reason, because the money there. But come on, man. There's a reason why the Raiders left LA and the Rams left LA. LA doesn't care about football. They really don't. You can see how they treat UCLA football and USC football.
The Lakers are a thing.
The Lakers are a thing.
And now the Clippers are nice. This was the worst year to ever have football in this town.
Yeah, for real.
Both LA teams in the NBA
we have LeBron James.
Are probably going to play in the Western Conference Finals this year.
We have literally the top 3 NBA players in the league.
Yeah,
in the same city. Come on, they don't give a shit about
football. Hell no.
You think when the Rams made the Super Bowl last year, you think they cared?
No, that was a home game for the Patriots.
It really was. It really was though. Unless you were an old school Rams fan when they was back there back there, and you don't give a shit about the Rams. These millennials over there, they don't give a shit. They don't even know who the hell the Rams were. Like,
Kobe.
Most of these
millennials.
Kids,
Kobe.
They knew Kobe. Yeah, Kobe. That's it. It's who's Kobe? That's the only LA person I know.
Kobe.
Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp when he was on the Dodgers. Remember Matt Kemp playing Kershaw? But I'm getting off the topic. But you get the point. They know Mike Trout, I guess, and they play in Anaheim. That's crazy. But anyway, yes. Back to seriousness. The Packers are favored by 4 points. I expect them to win this game by at least 15 points, 14 points.
Yeah, it's gonna be another Aaron Rodgers should be MVP game.
It should be beating. Yeah.
I don't even have to break this down. There's going to be a beating. The Chargers can't block for nothing. You're going against Davius Smith, Preston Smith, and all those other freaking pass rushers they got in Green Bay now. They're going to beat the hell out of old-ass skeleton fucking Phillip Rivers, who can't move. He literally can't move anymore.
It's embarrassing.
They can't run the football. Their defense get run on, so Aaron Jones might overshadow Aaron Rodgers again and destroy them by himself again. Like, we're probably going to get a repeat what we saw last week. And
let's be honest, the Chargers only won last week because Eddie Pinheiro missed the field goal kick. And not even that.
They got the luxury of playing Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, that's literally only. And crazy that you did all that and still almost lost. And it's like, you're playing against a good defense. I'm like, but Mitch Trubisky is hot trash.
Mitchell Trubisky plays for your defense.
Trash.
He gives you the ball back like your defense is supposed to.
I wonder if people in fantasy actually drafted Mitchell Trubisky. I'm like, why? Like, do you want to win your league? Like,
obviously not.
Obviously not. It's either you don't want to win your league or you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But yeah, the Packers should win this game by at least 30 points.
Yeah, this is not even like close to me.
Yeah, for real.
2 more games, though 3, I guess. If we're gonna talk about the Ravens a little bit. Cowboys at Giants.
Oh yeah, Monday Night Football. The Cowboys are favored by 8 points.
That's too high.
That's too high. The Giants will cover. The Giants will lose the game, but the Cowboys are not covering 8 points. That's too much. That's too much. I think the Giants will keep it close, but the Cowboys win the game.
They're not gonna.
Yeah,
that's kind of
too high. That's kind of really disrespectful. I mean, Zeke should have a great game. Zeke should run over these bums.
I think Dak is gonna have a great game.
He should.
That's what I think is gonna ball out. Is Dak
He
Prescott.
should.
Get ready for a lot of Skip Bayless on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't even feel like going over that game. Screw them. I'm not watching that game at all. I'm gonna be sleeping or watch basketball or something.
So yeah.
All right. So, you ready for this last game?
Of course we are. But why would I not be ready?
Do you know what game is left? I'm not talking about the Ravens game. I skipped one game for you.
Oh, yes. 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 I cannot wait. Since the game is early at 1 o'clock, I'm going to watch this entire game. And I usually don't watch the early games because I usually be doing 32 but not too far, whatever. But I'm going to watch this game particularly well. And I can't believe, oh my, the New York Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins are winless. And
I can't wait.
So bad. Oh
the Jets are favored by what, 3?
The Jets are favored by 3 points. Not only are the Jets not going to cover this game, they're going to lose outright. The Dolphins are going to win this game by 7 points because Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be kicking the shit out of this defense. He's gonna throw it like crazy. Remember the game where Ryan Fitzpatrick went ballistic? We do like 5 touchdowns in the first half against the Steelers, and then still lost the game. That's what's gonna happen the whole game. They're gonna shit entirely. Sam Darnold may have Sam Darnold. I mean, against the Dolphins defense, it should be a high scoring game. It should be a high scoring game.
Depends if he's scared of ghosts or not. Still,
unless I swear to God, if the Dolphins have not had any pressure at all on any QB.
Xavier Howard is out. Is he out for the season? Or he's hurt?
He's hurt. He's hurt.
So they don't have their cornerback. So there should be no excuse for Sam Darnold to put
up
at least 3 touchdowns.
There should be no excuse why Robbie Anderson doesn't have 150-yard receiving in this game. There should be no reason whatsoever. Le'Veon Bell didn't play well this year, but there should be no reason why he does not have 100 yards rushing against the Dolphins. But all that shit will not matter because the Dolphins are going to win the football game and giving the Dolphins their first win. You know how embarrassing that shit is? The Cowboys gave you your first win, and you're about to give the Dolphins their first win.
All right, my turn. Okay. The Jets are going to blow them out, actually.
Okay.
No, but hold on. I have a whole roadmap for this.
Okay.
I believe I said this last episode, but I'm going to say it right now. They're going to blow them out. I think, because what you just said is going to happen. Dolphins are going to get blown out. They're going to put up like 40. I wouldn't be surprised if 40, like 20. I'll watch. Nah. But I have a roadmap. Now, listen. Because I love that you mentioned Fitzpatrick. This is one of his old teams, right?
Correct.
So, later down the line, they're going to play again, right?
Correct.
The Dolphins will lose this game. The Dolphins will intentionally lose to the Bengals. So they have that, I guess, tiebreaker for best loser, I guess you could say, for the draft. Once they give them that win, there will be no reason for them to tank any longer. I don't know what comes first, though. I have to look at the schedule. But once that happens, they will go to New York. And Fitzpatrick will do exactly what you just said. Go back and beat the ever-loving crap out of the Jets and win at MetLife Stadium and get their first win. And they will be a 1-15 team. That is the roadmap I got for them. And I love it.
I swear, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to check the schedule right now.
Don't worry, I have it already.
Oh, okay.
I have it already. The Dolphins have the Jets, which I think they'll get their first win. But
I just want to know who plays. When do they play the Jets again, and when they play Miami? When they play the Bengals. Who they play first? I just want to know.
They play the Jets first.
Okay.
They don't play the Dolphins. They don't play the Bengals until the second to the last game this year.
All right. So then that's the one they're intentionally going to lose. So they'll beat the Jets the next time I see them. That is what I think.
Okay. They got
That's my prediction.
The Jets this weekend. They have your Colts, the Bills, the Browns, the Eagles, the Jets at MetLife, the Giants, the Bengals.
Okay, well they're gonna lose all that except the Jets
and the Pats the end of the season. But it doesn't matter. Honestly speaking, you're probably right about far as like they probably like lose this game, but I don't see it happening. I think they're at home.
It's hilarious, bro.
I'm telling you right now, if the Jets lose this game, I'm just gonna cry, and I don't care. They're gonna just die laughing because this is gonna be terrible. But oh man, especially if the Dolphins blow them out, then Gase.
That's not possible. That's not happening.
If Gase gets blown out by the Dolphins, it's his old team. I'm just be like, you gotta. He should have been fired. He should have never been hired
to begin with. True.
But he should have been fired after the New England game, and he should have been fired last week. But this is horrendous. This is horrendous.
I'm gonna go with that. My roadmap to me is funnier. That's why. So I'm gonna go with that one. They'll beat Jets at Jets in front of their fans, and they'll intentionally lose. They'll try their hardest to lose against the Bengals so they can secure number 1 pick. So they can secure Tua. I'm assuming that's what they're drafting. So
there's the other better QBs in the draft. Though.
I don't know. That's what the big name is. So that's why.
Yeah, for Tua, yeah. I mean,
I don't think he's any good, but
he's like, how you say? He's like Andy Dalton.
So he's trash. There you go. So
he's not trash. He's plays for a really, really good team in Alabama.
Yeah, I don't think.
But then again, when was the last good QB that came out of Alabama was actually really good in the NFL?
I don't have a clue.
AJ McCarron is the backup in Oakland, I think.
And I liked him too. He actually wasn't that bad.
No, AJ McCarron is in Oakland or Buffalo. I don't know, but he's actually really good. But he's just a career backup. He's just really good in that system. But that's what it is.
That's what happens. And so those are your games, and we're both obviously going to pick the Patriots to beat the Ravens.
Yes, the Patriots.
What was the spread?
Patriots by 4.
Yeah, they'll cover that.
Yeah.
Because if you just want a real breakdown, we got to go to the Patriots Picks episode, last episode we put up. But real quick, what we said was it's not going to be that competitive. It's either we're going to blow them out or they're going to lock up because the Ravens are going to run all over the Patriots defense and Tom Brady will have no time to do anything. And it'll be that type of game. So it will not be close at any point. It's either they're going to get blown out because Lamar Jackson's going to turn over the ball 100 times, or they're going to run all over the Patriots. Tom Brady will only have like 15 minutes of playing time, and then they're not going to score nothing. It's one or the other. It's not going to be competitive.
Yeah.
So the more likely scenario is that they're going to get blown out. That's probably what's going to happen because Lamar Jackson cannot throw the football.
Expect Belichick to, like I said before, put 80 in the box and say, yo, throw the ball because you're not those little running. Those times we outrush the running back is not gonna happen. Sorry, you're out of here.
You're gonna get contained. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get contained. We'll probably have one linebacker plug up at least one of the gaps, and then when you try to throw, Stephon and them is gonna be right there, ready to take the ball away. That's what's gonna happen. So if y'all were hoping for a Patriots defeat, yeah, we may want to wait till 2 weeks. Maybe Philly will do it, but whatever. All right, so we have a little special treat. USA Today did one of their top 100 of all time lists because it's the 100 year or whatever. We're going to go through this top 50 because if we do the top 100, we're going to be here till like freaking 2 hours because there's going to be a lot to talk about. So remember, I told you to take notes because you never heard this before.
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm just going to say all the top 50. Then afterwards, Trevor will go and say what he wants to say, and I'll say what I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if we go from person to person, we're going to be here for another 2 hours.
I got you.
So yeah. Number 50 is going to be Bronco Nagurski. That is a fullback that played for Chicago Bears in the 30s.
Okay.
So that right there is hilarious, but we'll go on. Next is going to be Jim Parker. He is a offensive lineman that played for the Baltimore Colts with Johnny Unitas.
Okay.
48th is Roger Staubach. I don't think I need to explain who that is, but for those who doesn't know, that's going to be
the Cowboys
quarterback in the 70s who won, I believe, 2 Super Bowls and was a team that beat Miami before they went on their perfect season.
That's not okay. That's not bad.
Yeah. Red Grange is going to be from 47, running back in the freaking 20s, who played for the Chicago Bears and apparently the New York Yankees.
Yeah, that's actually a thing. They're actually a thing.
Jesus Christ.
They used to always take over baseball teams. No, baseball was big back. Well, still is big, yeah.
Number 46 is Mike Singletary. Again, if anybody's a historian, I shouldn't tell you who that is, but that is the main linebacker in the 1980s for the Chicago Bears. It is pretty much the main defender, the best player on that 1985 defense.
Hall of Fame, by the way. Hall of Fame, by the way.
Ridiculously good middle linebacker.
46, you said 46, 47, right? 46?
Number 46.
Okay, it's top 50. It's not bad. Okay.
Jim Thorpe is going to be number 45, running back in the 20s. Played for a lot of teams. I'm not even going to say it because none of them are real teams except the Giants.
Jim Thorpe is...
I know the name, though.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe is he's Hall of Famer. He's the reason why. Yeah. So, yeah.
Chuck Bednarik is going to be 44. Is a cornerback and linebacker, played in the 50s with the Philadelphia Eagles. Next is Forrest Gregg. Going to be a tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Pretty much played for all those championship teams, the Packers, with Vince Lombardi, for the 56 to 1971. Pretty much protecting the blind side of Mr. Bart Starr.
Okay.
Ray Nitschke, linebacker for that same Packers team, played pretty much the exact same time. In the exact years, basically. 50s through the early 70s. Next, 41 is Aaron Rodgers. 41st best player ever.
Oh, okay. Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers. But remember, it is including every position, not just quarterbacks. Remember that.
Okay.
Number 40 is O.J. Simpson. And for those who know him in the football field, not what he did afterwards when he left football, he is actually a ridiculously good running back who played for the Buffalo Bills in the 70s. Finished his career with the 49ers, though.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he left after Joe Montana. If he would have stood there for 2 more years, he would have a Super Bowl ring. Oh, well. He left at 1979. That's when Joe Montana was like I don't think it was rookie. I think it was his second year at that point. Next is Mel Blount. He is the main cornerback for those Steel Curtain Steelers in the 70s.
Okay.
38 is Eric Dickerson. Again, I repeat, if you don't know him, he's very famous. Running back for the Los Angeles Rams, back when they were actually a Los Angeles football team, from 1983 to 1993. He also played for the Colts and the Raiders and Falcons. But he's known for being...
He's mostly known for the Rams and Colts.
And the big Colts, yeah.
Yeah.
Next is Rod Woodson, one of the best defensive backs to ever play the game, not just corner. He played for Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Baltimore, and the Raiders. Played from 1987 to 2003. Very lengthy career. He's top 2 or 3 in interceptions, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 3. I think Dion and I think it's 2. Dion has more than him though. Dion least.
He was a lockdown, so you didn't catch because you didn't throw at him because you'd be stupid to do that.
Yeah,
it's one of them ancient people that call. That's back in the day when people threw 50 interceptions a season. One of them older people got it. I don't think Dion's even close to any of those numbers because no one threw at him.
I have a double check because I remember. I have to check.
No, like I know Ed Reed's above him. A couple people above Dion. Dion just got picks. You don't throw at him. He was too good. If you throw at him, you were retarded. He doesn't know.
Dumbass.
Yeah, we'll be seeing his name later in this. Obviously, he's the best corner ever. 36, Tony Gonzalez, arguably the best tight end ever. Played for an extremely long time, 97 till 2013. Played with Kansas City and had his small playoff stints with the Atlanta Falcons.
He should it's damn shame he had no Super Bowl ring though. He deserved one.
Hey man. Yeah man, he stepped with Kansas City for some reason.
Okay.
35 is Gino Marchetti, some defensive end who played with the Dallas Texans.
Oh, formerly who are now known as the Kansas City Chiefs now.
Yeah, and the Baltimore Colts. Played from 52 through 1966. And next, this one you might freak out with. Next is Drew Brees, 34. I don't have to say anything about him, but if you didn't know, for younger people, he started his career being drafted in the 2nd round by the San Diego Chargers. Broke his freaking shoulder, got his job replaced by Phillip Rivers, went to New Orleans, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Next is Night Train Lane, I don't think he's leading the interceptions or career, but I think he's close. He might be second past Rod Woodson. But I know he has a lot. Night Train Lane. Cornerback that played for Los Angeles Rams and Detroit Lions. Played in the 50s. Yeah. One of the more known African American players who played in that time.
Paul Cruz leads the league.
Oh, Krause. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
he played with the Vikings. He's not that old.
Yeah. Rod was is literally 10 below.
So he's second.
He's 3rd.
Oh, 3rd.
Yeah. Emian Tunnel is 79.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh.
But I knew that they weren't knowing. I knew he wasn't leading either. Is Paul Krause. 32nd is Ed Reed, who to me, that's my favorite defensive player of all time and the best safety to ever play the game. But I argue with 49ers fans all day about that. Steelers fan had no business. Troy Poe was not better than him. But anyway, he played 2002, 2003, played with Baltimore, and the other 2 teams he played for is very forgettable. But he won the Super Bowl in 2012.
Okay.
At 32nd.
I mean, I'm looking at the list so far, and I'm like, okay, I get where they were going with this a little bit, but we'll get to that in a second. Yeah.
Bob Lilly's 31st. Defensive tackle, played for the Dallas Cowboys and under I forgot the fucking coach's name.
In the 70s. Oh.
Yeah, he coached from like 38 years for Dallas. I'm not forgetting his name.
Tom Landry?
Thank you, Tom Landry. There you go. Yeah, he played with them. Got his championship in the 70s and whatnot. John Hanna, guard who played for the New England Patriots, who was probably arguably the best Patriot of all time until a quarterback took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He never gotten stripped out ever. His last year was the year they lost the Super Bowl to the Chicago Bears. Played in 73 to 85. Jack Lambert was arguably the anchor of that Steel Curtains defense. You know, people most known Mean Joe Green, but the anchor, the main linebacker is Jack Lambert. 74 to 84, and that is the 29th best player. Next is Bruce Smith, who is the all-time sack leader.
Well, that was before sacks were.
That's Bruce Smith.
Yeah, Bruce Smith, right?
Not Deacon Jones. Deacon
Jones would have been the sack leader if they had doing that a little earlier, which is crazy. But Deacon Jones is.
I feel like we're gonna see him soon too.
I hope so.
But Bruce Smith is right now the all-time leading sack leader, and more. I don't think anybody is breaking that. By the way, I'm pretty sure he's keeping that forever. But yeah, he played for the Buffalo Bills. You know, the ones who've lost those 4 Super Bowls.
Don't do that to them. Don't do that to them.
But he was the best player in the team, though. I think it was.
It's 28, right?
Yeah, 28.
Okay.
Alan Page, the main pass rusher of the Purple People Eaters Vikings in 1967 to 81, who also lost 4 Super Bowls.
We're going to be petty today? Petty?
I'm not being petty. It's the truth. That's what happened.
It's true, but come on. I don't think Viking fans want to hear that. Dick. I'm sorry.
Anyway, number 26, Brett Favre. Yes, above Aaron Rodgers. I love it.
I don't have a problem with that.
Me neither. I was going to say that. I love it because it's true.
It is true. I don't have a problem with it.
We will explain later as to why he actually should be above Aaron Rodgers. But everyone knows Brett Favre. Iron Man. Super Bowl champion, 3-time MVP. If people didn't know that, I understand in 2000 he was a big turnover machine, but in the 90s he was actually probably the best quarterback in the 90s. Yeah, he won 3 straight MVPs, and he played for Falcons. That's actually what he was drafted at.
Drafted the Falcons.
Traded to the Green Bay Packers. No mistake. I think he was traded. I don't think he was signed.
He was traded.
Traded. Did his thing with Packers for a lot of people's lifetimes, and then played for the Jets and the Vikings.
Well, the Jets
and retired twice in between that.
The Jets, we're not even gonna pretend. No one cares about he was on the Jets.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
The Vikings, he could have got another Super Bowl if it wasn't for
Bountygate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don Hudson is 25th. He is ranked. He says the position is E.
Wait, E?
Yeah, that's the position. E. I don't know what that means.
End maybe? Is he on defense? End maybe?
It doesn't say that.
It just.
But Don Hudson is a pioneer of the entire game. Anybody who's a football story knows who this man is. He probably one of those because back in the day, players played like 15 different like spots, like so. Maybe no one had a specific role like it is now.
Maybe E is everything,
right? Like it may be. I feel like he played like some receiver and probably some like linebacker or something. Like he played a lot of different positions, but he's a pioneer of the game. Played for the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. Let me go. Randy Moss 24th. I don't think I have to say anything about him. One of the best receivers of all time. Unfortunately, no Super Bowls. He played in 2 of them though. Played for the Vikings, Oakland Raiders, even though it's very forgettable and not forgettable at the same time. It's actually pretty funny, his stint with the Raiders. New England Patriots, Tennessee Titans, I know, and 49ers. He was pretty petty about it, but he didn't want to play with it, so I don't blame him. But anyway, it's all clean. And dark ages, too. That was like almost Jamarcus Russell time. It was almost.
That was
right before it.
Literally the year before he got there,
Yeah, I don't blame him.
No, that was actually... He was drafted that same year in 2007.
Yeah, they traded him to the Patriots.
Yeah, they traded him to the Patriots, Anyway,
Ray Lewis, 23rd. To me, the best linebacker to ever play the game.
Yes.
I don't have to say anything about him either. He played for one team because he owns that fucking team. In the Baltimore Ravens and won 2 Super Bowls and was Super Bowl MVP. Sammy Baugh, another pioneer of the game, quarterback, played for Washington Redskins in the 30s, 40s, and ended at 52. Gale Sayers, I'll get to that one. He was one of the first biggest elusive players to ever play. Played in the 60s, only played 6 years because he had a really traumatic injury that ended his career early. Which is why I don't know why he's in this list, but he never played, but whatever.
Well, I got to see the full 100 list because, who is it? Ernie Davis for the Cleveland Browns.
21st, though.
Ernie Davis never played it down for the Cleveland Browns, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's 21st. So you're telling me that in the 6 years he played, he is better than 79 other players? No. Stop it.
Okay, so
20th. Now we're at top 20. Dan Marino. Again, I shouldn't have to say anything about him, but I will.
Dan Marino's the GOAT who never won a ring.
Basically.
He is exactly what he is. Dan Marino...
He was Peyton Manning before Peyton Manning, just wingless.
Like he was
played with the Miami Dolphins. The first quarterback to throw for 5K. 1984 season. Lost Joe Montana in his own Super Bowl appearance. 19th, Emmitt Smith.
No, Dan Marino's been in 2 Super Bowls, I believe. 2 Super Bowls? Wait, 1? Really? I could have sworn he's been in 2.
That team was too trash for him to ever get back.
Oh my God, damn. Anyway,
and he also has the luxury of being the only team to beat the 1985 Bears. He beat them. He's the only loss they had was him. Because they couldn't stop the pass. Because he's the only one who could pass like that. 19th, Emmitt Smith. All-time leading rusher in history. Played with those ridiculously stacked Dallas Cowboys teams in the 90s. And that might be actually the best player of the team. Yeah, so, yeah. 18th, John Elway. Gives the captain clutch himself. Won his 2 Super Bowls at the end of his career with the Denver Broncos. Cheaters. That's petty. There's a lot to say about him. Everybody knows John Elway is. I'm not saying much about him. Otto Graham, the first biggest winner in NFL history, won like 1,000 championships with the Cleveland Browns. Back when the Cleveland Browns were actually a real football team.
Like 10 rings. Like 10.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Back when the Cleveland Browns were actually, relevant to actually pay attention to. In the 50s.
Okay.
Anyway, there's Deion Sanders. 16th. The best corner ever. I'm continuing. Let me stop. He won, I believe, three rings. He won with 49ers and 2 with Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. I believe back to back, if I'm not mistaken. He helped 49ers finally get over the hump 94. To beat those Dallas Cowboys, and then left the 49ers to join those Cowboys and won 2 straight rings.
He won 3 rings in a row. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but he really is most known for at least him being a god corner at Atlanta. Prime time was born. Also, he was a decent baseball player too. Wasn't all that, but decent baseball player.
Played for the Yankees.
Yeah.
He was the first. He's probably the only player to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Deion Sanders. And there's Deacon Jones at 15th.
Okay.
Who would have been the all-time leading sack leader if they recorded it in his day, because all he did was destroy people. He played in 60s and through 70s. Is known for being in the Los Angeles Rams. 14th, Anthony Munoz. One of the best, probably arguably the best tackle ever played the game.
Yeah, I'm about to say
played with Cincinnati Bengals. Lost 2 Super Bowls though. 2, Joe Montana. Ronnie Lott, who is dubbed most people who were born like in the 60s and before anyone was born in the fucking 90s, that is dubbed the best safety of all time. I will not say that. I think it's Ed Reed. I think he's second because I don't think he covered anywhere near as good as Ed Reed did. Ed Reed, if you threw at him, it was over. You were getting scored on if you threw at Ed Reed. He used to put people on their ass better than Troy Pro ever did. He is the best box safety to ever play the game. That I'll tell you right now. But as overall, I still think it's Ed Reed. But Ronnie Lott was also a cornerback, though. So that's what people was real at me about. But he played with the 49ers entirely. He also played for the Raiders and Jets. I did not know that. But he's known for being a 49er and won all 4 of his Super Bowls with the 49ers. Next is Dick Butkus. He is...
For the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, Chicago Bears in the 50s and 60s, or 60s, I'm sorry. And he is, again, the same thing with the age gap. If people are born in the 40s or whatever, they dub him as the best linebacker of all time. He also used to put people on their ass. Pretty bad. Mean Joe Green is 11th, who is dubbed the best defensive tackle of all time. Apparently, maybe he'll get overtaken over by Aaron Donald according to some stupid young people. But yeah, that is the best linebacker. And he was probably the best player in that entire Pittsburgh Steelers team. And the best player in the Steel Curtain defense. Now we're in top 10.
Good.
10th, Barry Sanders, who I believe is the best running back of all time because that is the man who did the most with nothing with that disgusting Detroit Lions franchise. But he only played 10 years, and I believe is, third or something like that?
He's third all time.
All time in rushing.
Yeah, rushing.
And only played 10 years doing that.
And literally.
And is a co-MVP with Brett Favre. Yeah, co. I don't understand why that's a thing. Johnny Unitas, 9th, the second best Colts quarterback of all time. I believe has a Super Bowl, I think one.
Yeah, Super Bowl 5.
Yeah, Super Bowl. But what I destroy him for, I don't know if he was playing though. But it was his coach that lost to fucking Joe Namath. But I don't know if he was playing.
No, he didn't play.
I don't think he was.
He didn't play that game. No.
But his coach still lost that game, and that's pathetic. How the fuck he lose to Joe Namath? Anyway, 8. Peyton Manning. That's a travesty. But that is arguably, well, not to me, but people will dub him the second best quarterback of all time. I still think it's Joe Montana. But yeah, he is the third best quarterback to me. He is, I dub him the stats king because no one gets better stats than him now outside of Drew Brees now.
I mean, yeah, you could say, yeah, he's the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. Playoffs, you get what you get with him.
Yeah.
I mean, and then my thing is that I don't know any I do know Hall of Fame. I mean, like, people say he's the best QB of all time. Like, I don't know the best QB of all time getting blown out in the Super Bowl when you're just completely left for dead in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know Tom Brady getting blown out in the Super Bowl.
Just John Elway.
John Elway, yeah.
Multiple times. Oh man, but
okay, move to finish.
Yeah, we're almost done. There's too many accolades to mention, so I'm just gonna go with the 5-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champion. We're gonna go with that. There's a lot of shit he did in his career. Yeah, he was really good. He's the only rival to me for Tom Brady. Yeah, not Aaron Rodgers. Peyton Manning is the only rival. Anyway, 7, Reggie White, who people are actually dubbed the best defensive end of all time. Yeah, it's Reggie White. Only one Super Bowl, played one with the Packers with Brett Favre. But he has a lot of numbers to boot. He's not leading in anything though, but he was, I don't know, a billion-time All-Pro. He was Defensive Player of the Year twice? Holy shit. No, once. In 1996. But yeah. 6, Joe Montana, who old people dub the best quarterback of all time, which is a joke at this point.
It is.
But yeah.
we already know who the best QB of all time
it's
is.
Stupid.
It's not even close anymore.
It's not.
It's not. He was the best QB of all time after his 5th ring. Like, after his 5th ring, like, yeah, this is it. Like,
yeah.
And then we went to 6-1. I'm not gonna say no names of who it is. Y'all sure we know who it is already. But I think
I thought he was the best quarterback of all time after he won his 4th, because the numbers and the accolades were way past Montana at that point. So I'm like, he's already better than him after the 4th. We're just waiting for the 4th ring. But yeah, he has 4 Super Bowl rings, all with the 49ers. I believe a 2-time MVP, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's twice. And is a 3-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yes.
Yeah, 3. Jerry Rice has 1. Yeah. So he has a lot of records too. So I'm not gonna go with that. And he was also a ridiculously good playoff quarterback, and he's never threw an interception in the Super Bowls. He playing for them, which is the thing that people like talk about as to why he's better than the guy we were talking about earlier, which is retarded. But whatever.
Okay, we'll get to
we'll get to all that. Yeah, this show is probably gonna be a good hour and 20. Great. 5th, Walter Payton, who a lot of people dub the best running back of all time, and it's completely understandable. Sweetness. 1 Super Bowl, 1985 Bears. He was a freaking wrecking ball as a running back. Just watch his tape, and you'll see what people are talking about.
That 85 Bears was stacked. You look about it now, like, it's so stacked.
The worst position, I feel like, was quarterback. Yeah, Jim McMahon wasn't shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chicago's been known for having shitty quarterbacks.
Yeah, but the rest of the team, I think, was pretty good. 4th, Jim Brown. Again, with the age split. If you were watching football back in the day, that is your best running back of all time, and no one was even trying to hear anything otherwise.
For real, because I watch documentaries, because they will always be like, yo, Jim Brown's number 1. Everyone's fighting for number 2. Like, yeah,
people are not trying to hear it, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, like, we fuck around getting into fights that thing talking about, oh, Jim Brown's the number 1. Who is?
Yeah, but he has a ridiculous resume.
Yeah.
Played with all the Cleveland Browns and played for only 8 years, by the way, but in a very run-dominant era. So that didn't help him or anything. Well, whatever. Anyway, top 3.
Okay, I gotta hear this.
Lawrence Taylor's 3rd. And that is dubbed the best defensive player ever.
Yeah.
And people are not trying to hear anything else. And I understand, because he was unstoppable. Doing a lot of that cocaine helps. But yeah.
Further, this is the same person that Bill Belichick allowed to sleep during practices. He's saying, yo, anybody, he could miss practices all he want. He could fall asleep in practice all he want. We don't care.
He was unstoppable. He was unstoppable.
I remember when Bill Belichick said that, they said that J.J. Watt is the next LT. And he said, J.J. Watt is great, but LT was in a class of his own. He is.
He was unstoppable. He is, I don't know if it's the only, but he is the last defensive player to actually win league MVP. And I know for a fact that will never be replicated again. If J.J. Watt didn't do it in 2014, no one's going to do it. If Aaron Donald didn't do it earlier, no one's going to do it. Yeah, he won the MVP in 1986. Which I believe that's when they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, or was it in 87? One or two?
No, they won the Super Bowl in 86. Super Bowl 86, and they won Super Bowl in 90. 86, they beat...
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Number 2?
It's Tom Brady, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, that's exactly how you figure. Like, you looked at me like that. Yeah, Tom Brady's number 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over him because there's too much to list.
I mean, he's only
literally like
the greatest quarterback of all time.
It's to the point with my phone, and I have an iPhone 11 by the way, so the screen is kind of big. I have to scroll to look at his resume. Yeah. So yeah. It's almost same thing with number 1. If it wasn't obvious, is Jerry Rice. That's the last person on the list, even though it's wrong. But that is the number 1 person they have on the list because he has literally every receiving mark.
Yeah. If you want
now. Let's try to debunk that. I'm going to just wild out on Jerry Rice for a minute. Then you get to wild out on whatever you want to wild out on. So, Jerry Rice. He played what position? Is wide receiver, right?
Yes.
I wonder if anybody knows what is the most dependent position in football.
Let's be honest. Without Joe Montana,
is wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
So, if you don't have a quarterback, what are you?
You're just...
useless, right?
Yeah.
Wide receivers who play like that, like Larry Fitzgerald, Andre Johnson. Nobody remembers Andre Johnson.
Who miraculously didn't make this top 50 list, which is crazy. I wonder if he's on the top. He's had to be top 100. Come on.
Probably. I don't think he is. I'll write the whole list. Players like that, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, who didn't play with quarterbacks most of their careers. Yeah. They didn't do anything. They weren't worth anything. Now, were they? Randy Moss was worth something when he played with Tom Brady. See the correlation there? Terrell Owens was worth something when he played with Don McNabb. You see the correlation there? So why is the number 1 player ever on an extremely dependent position? They don't have impact. Larry Fitzgerald was impactful when he played with Kurt Warner, right? Okay. But in history, you see quarterbacks, right, who don't need those type of talents to win, like Tom Brady, like John Elway even, because even though they cheated to get that team together because they went over the cap multiple times, they didn't get top receiver. Rod Smith was the best receiver. He's good, but he wasn't a borough beater. They had Shannon Sharp as tight end. They still won 2 Super Bowls, right, without top receiver. If you go through the history of the last, let's say, 15 Super Bowls, none of the winners had a top wide receiver. Yeah. So why is a wide receiver the top player ever? That doesn't make any damn sense. Oh, and by the way, this certain wide receiver played with 2 of the top 10 quarterbacks who ever played the game. That doesn't help you at all. And he also played almost twice as long as any receiver there too. He played for about 21 years.
20 years. And when he was in Oakland, still had put up monster numbers.
Which was good for him. But he also played with an MVP and Rich Gannon when he did that. So, yeah. A wide receiver has no business being number 1 in anything. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just saying. You heard it here first. I've saying that for years.
And also, we mentioned why Aaron Rodgers is ranked behind Brett Favre. They said, that Brett Favre is ranked. Is it fucking obvious? Like, explain please.
It's easy. I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Ready for this? Well, just one argument alone. One of them made multiple Super Bowls. You want to know who that was? Brett Favre. He made 2 Super Bowls in a row. One of them has more than 2 MVPs. Brett Favre. I mean, Aaron Rodgers might take it this year, but as of right now...
You know what else Brett Favre has? Playoff wins.
Oh, he has playoff wins. I forget about that.
Yeah, playoff wins. He's not one and done, one and done in most years. I don't know, man. I didn't understand people be like, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers is the best Packers. He's not.
No.
He's not. He's not. He's great. He's a great quarterback and all, but he hasn't surpassed Brett Favre in at all. Rob Parker from Fox Sports 1.
The worst bastard to ever live.
The worst. Always talking about, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, people, you know what makes it worse? They say Aaron Rodgers better than Tom Brady. I'm like, why? I'll be telling them, like, why? Like, you been talking about skill set? All right, skill set. All right, Aaron Rodgers good skill set, but come on.
Yeah, they say the most talented. I don't know what talent means. We don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
He's always off the playoffs. Always.
2011 was probably the best teams ever had. That 15-1 Packers team, by the best teams ever had.
No, that team to me was trash.
I'm talking about
because that defense was horrible.
Yeah, terrible. I'm talking about you had an unanimous MVP season that year. Almost in 2011, and losing the first round to the Giants. Granted, the Giants' defense was a lot better than theirs, but come on, man. 15.
That's not an excuse. You don't know why it's an excuse? I'm explaining to you right now because you're gonna be like, oh, you're just contradicting yourself. You said that he couldn't do anything, but he had a bad defense. Okay, now let's go on to the AFC. There's a specific team that had a defense who was just as bad, right?
The New England Patriots.
Don't spill it, right? That guy went on to go on to the Super Bowl and was a wide receiver dropped away from winning it. Stop. Wait. Yes. That defense was dubbed the worst defense to ever play in a Super Bowl. That guy that y'all like to make fun of, that's a big cheater. That guy's name was Tom Brady. The New England Patriots went on to the Super Bowl, and they did not that they played that ridiculous Baltimore Ravens defense and beat them. They shouldn't have, but they did.
Yes.
And they went to Super Bowl and was won. So what the fuck is Aaron Rodgers' excuse? If Tom Brady on the other side, on the other conference, did it, why the fuck you couldn't do it? They didn't play anybody spectacular. You lost to the Giants outright. You didn't have to go against the 49ers. That 49ers was the best team in the NFC.
First of all, they didn't play them. They would have lost to the 49ers.
They would have got beaten the shit out of them.
For real, it wouldn't have mattered who they wasn't gonna do nothing. Like, all right, you're not gonna do nothing anyway. And another thing, speaking of cheating, people talk about the Patriots are cheaters and everything. Didn't Jerry Rice use Stickum?
Yes.
He didn't that motherfucker use Stickum?
Yes, and he said it.
Yeah, he admitted, by the way, he admitted it. So yeah, I kind of discredit you a little bit.
So that's your number one player. It's gonna be a cheating motherfucking wide receiver.
And then the Patriot heads will be like, oh, you know, with Tom Brady, First of all, people are so dumb. They talk about all that deflating footballs. They beat the Colts that year 45-7, right? And like negative 20 sub-degrees. The weather was horrible. It was cold that day. It was raining. It was cold.
It's something called science.
Yeah.
I played football that summer. I went to play football at my park in my local spot, right? So I decided to have a small test. I had a perfectly inflated football. I did it myself, right? Measured it to make sure that it was nice, firm, whatnot. It was hard as fuck. So I had ice cold water filled to the brink of my bottle. It was windy. It wasn't cold outside, but the water was. So what I did was I poured it all over the football. The football gotten ridiculously dirty. So I'm a city kid. City kids don't like to get dirty. So I used that cold water to clean it out. A few minutes later, I noticed I can grip the football easier. Then we washed it again because it got dirtied again. Then all of a sudden, I was able to almost pop the football. So with that logic, wouldn't it be scientifically proven that cold temperatures and wet conditions deflate footballs? So like you were saying about the weather in that game, right? You said it was, what was the temperature? It was
like single digits.
And wasn't it raining heavily in that game?
Yes, it was.
So then I think there was a correlation between what I did and what that happened in that game, wasn't it? So then what do you have to say about deflated footballs?
And that makes it worse. The Patriots ran the ball like crazy in that game. So.
Yeah, they did. And then when they got the footballs back in the right pressure, they beat the shit out of the Colts. Because actually, the game was almost tied at halftime before they flipped the footballs. But I don't know why we're talking about this. This is not Patriots Space episode. This is a regular.
I'm just saying because they're talking about cheaters and how Jerry Rice was basically cheated and he's number one. I'm like, whatever, but we'll keep it at that. Honestly speaking, the only reason why I okay with it as far as like Dan Marino, but I think if Dan Marino had won a championship, he would have been over John Elway, my opinion. I think besides
he would
that,
probably be dubbed third or fourth best quarterback ever. He probably is already by some people's minds. but it will be solidified.
He's definitely the best. He's definitely, had he won a championship, at least one championship, you could argue he's like, yeah, you're right, top 3 best QB of all time. He had a championship and everything. But Johnny Unitas was I wasn't born, but a lot of people who are
they said he was one of the first quarterbacks to play pretty much like Peyton, to be a really nice, pure pocket passer.
Let's be honest, and honestly speaking, going back in history, that Jet team that beat the Colts in Super Bowl III, if Johnny Unitas plays that game, there's no Joe Namath. Joe Namath only made the Hall of Fame because of that Super Bowl. If you look at his numbers, I'm like, shit.
Why are we tainting the show talking about Jets?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we gotta stop doing that. Well, I just wanted to run that list by you guys.
For the most part, it's okay.
This wasn't that bad, because it's for all positions. Whether or not we can put quarterbacks and all that and different positions, then we could rank them from then. We could do that. Actually, it sounds pretty fun. Yeah. I thought that would be more of an off-season thing. Maybe we'll do it next week, because next week is bye week for the Patriots. So we could do things like that for the Patriots episode. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, we're gonna go now. You already got the picks set. We did a little, top 100 debunk, even though we did a top 50 for you guys. If you guys have anything you got to say about what we said or the list, please tell us. I like debating.
I like it too.
So if you got anything to say about what we said about the list or about us destroying or being petty about other people, please join me in the comment section and go ahead and say your piece. I would love to read it. Well, with that said, it's time to go.
But before we go, I have to tell about 32 Bars this weekend.
Well, hurry up.
Yes, 32 Bars will be at the Baltimore Ravens Bar, the Horse Box on East 14th Street and Avenue 8 in Alphabet City. It should be pretty fun. The drink specials there is pretty decent. We'll be there. It's my homeboy's birthday that day, so he'll be with his Ravens fan. Sunday Night Football, we'll be there. And let's go Pats.
Nice. I like that. Short and sweet.
Yes.
Well, if you like what you heard, if you like anything that we've done today, please like, rate, subscribe, and share with all your friends, all your social medias. We are on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartradio, and obviously the Tube. Actually, another thing, I believe now on Fridays, we're going to have a little NBA thing. Now that it finally started kicking off, the first week is done, we'll start putting up a little NBA segment every Friday show.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll also have a Twitter handle that will also be in the description. So again, please comment, let us know what you think. I want debates. With that said, you guys have a good one. Peace out.